Good morning. Today I want to talk a little bit about prepping again, which is a regular topic of my channel. One area of prepping that I have been ignoring for a long time for no particular reason, but I just haven't quite got around to it. It requires more than just putting in your credit card, or it actually requires regular effort, and it's not exactly one of the super exciting parts. It's not like guns and going to the range and boom, boom, boom and all that sort of fun. And that's simply growing your own food. Now, many of us preppers, you'll always hear us talk about, storing food away and that sort of thing, and that's what I'll call for phase one of shit hits the fan. We have to be prepared for a period of time where there will be no food available from any source short of possible bartering. But even then, I would anticipate that things with the highest value would be those that you can actually eat. So I do have those sorts of things for an extended period of time. But once we get to the end of stage one, where it's actually ready for society to, or community I should say, to reformalize itself in the new normal, whatever that shall be, we're going to need to supplement our collective efforts with our private efforts in regards to food. And so this year what I'm starting is typically what's called a bucket garden. And that's simply where you take a 5-gallon pail, it can be a 3-gallon pail, put some holes in it for drainage. You put some small rocks on the some rocks on the bottom, and then you put some smaller rocks on top of that, and then you put some good quality soil. Now, whether that's your own premium mix, if you already have a garden that's growing, or you have a neighbor that you can borrow some from, that would definitely work. This year I'm going to start off with two very different types of crop. I'm going to start with potatoes, which very few people grow because it's much cheaper to buy them than it is to grow them. But again, I'm doing this for a totally different reason. And it's basically to self-educate me on how to grow things that can actually be eaten. So you can see there are a couple of different things. I've got some seed potatoes, which are simply some, close in a little bit there, potatoes that already have eyes growing on them. Sometimes you might see at the store potatoes that have little buds sticking out, or those are called the eyes, and that's the section that you would want to plant. You don't want to cut those little eyes off. I have some basic hand tools. For a bucket though, I don't really, other than putting it together, I don't really anticipate needing a whole lot of those tools, other than maybe that claw when I go to harvest some of those potatoes out. Notice I'm counting my chickens before they hatch. I have a little packet of seeds over there, which I need to get into seedling form ASAP. And I got 3 buckets at the moment. I need to add a few more buckets to it. Let me back on out here. But other than time to plant, I'm in northern Illinois, about a half hour from Wisconsin. Other than time to plant, and what would you suggest that I get or don't have? Now, one thing I know that I don't have is some sort of fertilizer or way to enrich the soil. Now, I know Miracle-Gro has all sorts of things, but what I would really prefer during this stage, since I'm not really depending on the food, is something more natural, a byproduct of food that I'm using or something else. So what I'm asking you for in this video is, what can I use in lieu of Miracle-Gro to help these vegetables take off? Ideally, it would be something that might be available during or after shit hits the fan. I may have to barter for it, but at least I might be able to get some, rather than depend on a totally man-made product. And everything that I have here in regards to seeds, as well as the seed potatoes, are organic. So my goal this year is to grow plants that I can get seeds out of for next year. That's my goal. I like to eat a couple of them just to see how they taste, but basically do a planting for the purposes of seeds for next year. So thank you for watching. Please put your comments below on improvements you think I could make in bucket gardening. I'm definitely going to be doing the bucket gardening, so going to a traditional garden or a raised bed garden is not what I'm going to do this year. It's going to be in buckets. So with that limitations, what you would suggest that I do or do differently or add to what I have going here. Thank you very much, and be prepared.